Today we're riding the RC51, and what a beautiful day it is today, guys. This is one of the last riding days we're gonna get, but we're on the RC and it feels good. Let's talk about the bike because we need a proper moto vlog on this bike. A lot of you guys, I will admit, I was kind of, I wouldn't say surprised, but I was pleased with the amount of people that said, oh, what an awesome bike, congratulations. Like, you guys, thank you so much for being so supportive of my bad habits of buying motorcycles. Thank you for supporting that. I love it. It means the world to me just to be able to make these videos, and this is a passion for me. I love bikes, and I learn about the history of the bikes. I read about bikes. Like, I bleed bikes. That's why I bought this bike, because this is not your ordinary leader bike. In my video where I said I would not buy a 1000cc super bike, and I know some of you guys said you don't need to defend yourself, HeroRR. It's your channel, your bike. You don't worry about what people say. And I think I do have to defend myself though, because I need people to understand. If you guys haven't seen my video on the legendary RC51, then I'll have a link in the description. It's a pretty good video that I spent some time on to make, and I dedicated it to this bike. So let's talk about the RC51 for a minute. Again, this is my 2006 Honda RC51. The cool thing about this bike, guys, is that this is Honda's Ducati, okay? This is Honda's attempt at saying, listen, Ducati, we know what you're doing. You're making these sport bikes, these V-twin sport bikes. You're winning these races. We're going to show you that we can do it, and we can do it better. And better they did. They made the RC51. Now, admittedly, in 2006, Ducati already took back the V-twin. They were already beating Honda's ass again. But for a while there, Honda came out of nowhere and started beating up on Ducati with this bike. And again, Ducati had the last laugh because they kept making new bikes, but this bike competed, and it was such a cool piece of history. And Nicky Hayden rode one. And as you guys know, I'm sure some of you guys know, Nicky Hayden passed away not too long ago in an accident on his bicycle. And they had the Nicky Hayden edition, and I wasn't able to get one of those. But this is still a cool bike. I love this bike. I love the color, that graphite gray on black. I'm not really a fan of black motorcycles too much, but I really love the way this bike looks. I love the way it looks. It looks good without mirrors too, but I need mirrors, man. It's tough riding without mirrors. I'm always like, oh man, is there a cop behind me? I have no clue. This bike is sweet. I've already done so much to it. I mean, not so much, but I put on better spools. I put on Watson LED turn signals. Let's look at these. Ready? Look how bright that is. That like actually kind of hurts to like look at. Such a cool piece of Honda history. I've always loved and appreciated, and I've always wanted to ride. I remember saying, I think in my RC51 video, I'm not sure if I said it in that video or not, but I remember saying before, like, I don't even care if I get to own one. Like, I would love to, I'd be so lucky just to ride one. I mean, if I could own one, that'd be like the goal. The RC51 is a bike that I never thought I would own. One day I was on Craigslist and I saw this bike for $5,000. And I knew I had to buy it. Right now, this bike is just, it's like a show bike. It's like a bike that I want to cruise around on. I want to go to meets with. I mean, this thing's going to turn heads. I can't wait to do like moto meetups and stuff and just see what everybody's reaction up to this bike. Because I have a funny feeling that a lot of people are going to love it. I have a feeling it's going to draw a crowd. And in my RC51 video that I made, I even stated, there's not many bikes I'd get rid of my 600 for, but this is one of them. This isn't your run-of-the-mill leader bike. This is an RC51, guys. It's gear-driven cams, it's a V-twin, side-mounted radiators, hydraulic clutch. I mean, there's just so much coolness with this bike that you seriously cannot get. You just can't get anymore. You really can't. And the reason why I bought this, I mean, look, it has a worse power to weight ratio than my 600. But the reason why I bought it isn't because of the power. It's because, I mean, the torque, the race heritage, the history, all of that, man. This is a bike that, this is a unique and cool bike that turns heads, that draws a crowd at meets. I mean, this is a friggin' awesome bike. This is one of my dream, this is my dream motorcycle. The only other one would probably be like the RC45 or something. This is one of my dream bikes, and I had to, when you get an opportunity to own it, I had to do it. I couldn't not do it. And I got such a good deal on the bike, $4,900 for a 2006, the last model year, with 8,000 miles. I mean, you just, it's insane. You can't find these like that. I looked. They are not that cheap. Eventually, I think in 10 years, 15 years, these bikes are just going to become a collector's item. I mean, they already kind of are. And they're always going to hold their value. I mean, this thing is 12 years old. It's already devalued as much as it possibly could. I mean, and the gear-driven cams, the sound, it was an easy decision for me. So it might seem kind of ironic, because I never thought I'd find one of these bikes. I never thought I would, and that's why I said I will never get 1,000, because in my mind I was thinking, this is the 1,000 I would buy. And so many people are mad at me for not buying a brand new leader bike, and the brand new bikes don't, I mean, they're cool bikes. I like them, but I'm just not going to spend the money. And people who think I can't afford it, like, I think it's funny, like a random stranger that doesn't even know your situation can make the assumption that you can't afford something. I mean, you can just look at my garage with my 600, my 1000, my 800, my, Supermoto, my two-stroke dirt bike. I mean, you know that I have enough money to afford a bike. And most of these guys cruising around on brand new leader bikes, they don't own them. They just finance them. They throw $3,000 on down, and they have a $300 monthly loan on it. So, I mean, I own all my stuff. I buy it outright. I take the cash and I get it. And so I don't know. I just think it's funny. I mean, I'm not butthurt. Like, it's whatever. I know I can afford a brand new bike if I wanted to, but I would rather have 6 different bikes or 5 different bikes than one brand new bike. Especially when the brand new bikes are not as cool as these old bikes. But I know that most of you guys, 99% of you, you know why I bought this. You're excited to why I bought this. It's just 1% of you, and it's so ironic that it's like right after I said that I wouldn't buy a 1000cc bike, like 2 months later I buy one. But again, I wasn't buying a 1000, guys. I was buying an RC51. It just so happens to have a 1000cc motor, but I wasn't, like, that's not why I bought it. I didn't buy it to get more power or anything like that. Anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one. Take care, and bye-bye.